God, wouldn't that be something? Our little YouTube stream is waiting to kick off. I won't show that extra hard, actually. And we're good. Audio mix is good. Not quite sure how it's going to look on the Stroll NSX livery there. I think he's got something more lined up for us. Not to be at the moment, though. As we're just starting to get a couple people come in. And Duck quickly is going to hop out of the lobby as well. So it's actually Dynamite Ryan Lowe who is setting the pace for us at the moment. Mr. Jitter himself in the 296 port entry. That's the Project One racing team. The now defunct Project One, mind you. Unfortunately, we lost Project One a fair few months ago. Just a massive shame, but awesome to see that it does survive through a lot of its members. Obviously, Mr. Lowe here being one of them. Quite successful at that, and his teammate as well, Poketus, Tank, as he is so regularly called, also in the Supra, also driving for Project One racing team. And this isn't the livery he'll be running for the race, in fact. As we just watch Tank as he comes through this little final section here, looks like he is going to try and put in a quick little practice lap here, and decides to let me eat my words. Back to the pit lane he goes. Dash was following him. He's going to start a lap here. He warms it in with a 205. Haven't seen Dash on track yet. Not quite sure what he's going to be doing, but will be good to follow his progress. We're just over 2 minutes now from the start of qualifying. I'm very excited to get this kicked off for everybody. Just going to let everybody know the stream is going. And there we have it. That's in the ruse. Discord now. Just under 2 minutes. God, time is going fast. Getting into the Discord. And onto the Discord, and the Twitter is set. Not sure there's much more to do here, in fact. I think we're pretty well set, lads. I might as well start resetting this room. And you can see here we've got 9 qualifiers currently, 10 qualifiers for that random person who's just jumped in. Savage back in the room. And I'll just let everyone know it's going to be 2 resets and then green flags. Oops. I think that's Alex we've got there in the chat. Hey mate, yeah, I should definitely be able to pull through into a Thursday night quali for you. I dare say you won't be the only one either. So more than happy to accommodate you for that. Let's get this reset underway, shall we? Let's give them a weather change entirely. So let's push it into the night. That'll get them all confused. And into the afternoon we go. Let me just triple check that is the right time setting, because this would be horrible if I left them out for that. It is afternoon. Oops. Off you go, lads. Green flag. And Dynamite's going to take that opportunity to be first on track. Snorksel just sneaks in at the right moment as well, literally 14 seconds into qualifying. As we see there, the Supra, first car on track. And sure what they're going to be doing. I might just want to quickly, I did see Dash on the hard tyres, just triple check that. I might as well let him know. Would hate for him to be tying a hand behind his back this early. And I hope he saw that. Maybe he didn't. Ah, this would just be a pain. Qualify again, if that's a major issue. Okay, we'll let this slide for now. We've got 10 cars on the circuit currently. A fair few who we were expecting to show up haven't quite gotten here yet. So our first check-in for tonight was Mr. Bailey Kennedy, who was actually doing the double stint, believe it or not, doing Room 1 and Room 2, 700 kilometers of racing he will be doing across the 2 days, first in the Mitsubishi Evo and then in this BRZ that he's qualifying for Room 2. And I think he's throwing all his eggs in the Room 2 basket as BK. He's going to elect to start at the rear of grid for Race 1. And I think probably just use it as a bit of a practice day, albeit in a much harder car to drive, the Evo. As we flick in here to Dynamite, who is another one of our actually more recent check-ins. Dynamite, who isn't a regular for us at RaceOnOz, does a lot of his league racing, or did, I should say, over at Project One. Unfortunately, he's been left without a home for regular league racing. Sunday nights don't work for him, so this man has been left floating the virtual abyss. And really great to see him just sneak in here and start to do our community events. We've got a fair few of them lined up for this year. Of course, the Imitation Games launched pretty recently over on our Discord, as Ursuline Saturn also joins the room. I missed that. Distinct Andrew sneaks in too. Is he on track? He is. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the man to watch. Wiz comes in as well. Wiz, another one of your favourites for Room 2. We'll stick with Dynamite here and watch just how he goes. Dynamite, a very experienced driver by this stage. He's been around a very long time. Knows what he's doing behind the wheel. The Supra, not all fence, is custom bopped with a competitive ballast added, so these guys will get a bop adjustment post-quali just to make sure everything is as close as humanly possible. We really want to see some tight finishes, especially with 750 kilometers of racing. As here we see Dynamite coming around this final complex now. He's going to be opening up the timing for us. What's it going to be here? It looks to be in the 46s, 47 flat. Goes Dynamite as Groover here, our Room 1 driver in the Quadrant livery there. That's very driver there, but we'll stick on Halfbite here. Halfbite, who's running with his dad, Wolfie, in the Lexus in Room 2. And these guys have put in a lot of time and effort to make sure this car is going to do what they want it to. As Savage Duck there, we see, sneaks into P2 in that second NSX and quicker than his Room 1 compatriot in Groover. So that's very interesting indeed. It looks like the time from Halfbite isn't going to be very representative. Wolfie ahead of him did a 52.6. He's just ahead of Dash. Really hope these guys... Oh, in the background there, was that Snorksel? Was that Johnson? I think it must have been Snorksel that went around. And he's gone into the pit lane. So Snorksel out of the final corner and come a cropper immediately. And I think he'll be a little bit upset that we did catch that in the background of our shot. Bit of a shame for him there, but eyes forward, and I'm sure it won't affect him or damage his confidence too much. Dynamite continuing on. Savage, who we did see jump into P2 with a 47.5, as there we see Black Friday's done a 47 flat as well. Look at that, 3 thousandths between Dynamite and Black Friday, and that is very cool to see this early. He's found the time immediately, just over a tenth, and I can tell you right now, I don't think 47 flat is going to cut it. In terms of the top 5 even. So we do actually have a top 5 shootout for each room this weekend, and that's going to be held on Friday night at the same time, 8 PM kickoff. Oh, actually, I beg your pardon, I think it's a 7:30 kickoff for Room 1, or Room 2, and then an 8:15 kickoff for Room 1. That is the rapid pace that we knew he had. And it seems like I'm just getting some poor quality in here, and I've lost the connection for some reason. Not sure what's going on there. I'm still seeing everything. I've just completely lost my connection quality. As Andrew, you could probably hear it, has just completely made a mess of it in Sector 1 here. Yeah, not quite sure what's going on at the moment, Alex. I can hear that I've still got audio, just trying to figure out. Might just quickly take away from whatever is happening here. And I'm just trying to... Let's pause the broadcast quickly actually, and just see if I can take the quality down a little bit, see if it'll come back to us. Just be back in a second. And I am welcoming everybody back. I still cannot fix this broadcast for the life of me. Because for some reason, when you pause it, you cannot change the connection quality that you're streaming in, which is awesome. I love that from PlayStation. Just love it. And Black Friday is reporting a lot of lag. I think I'm going to close this stream up before we kill this lobby anymore. So apologies to everyone. Going to prioritize the stability of the lobby.